104.1 KRBE. Let's get started. It's the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here.
Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wuss! I am a wuss!
You've waited long enough. How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And
Ding dong.
Ryan. 104.1 KRBE.
Good morning, Houston, Texas. It's Thursday, September 5th of 2024, and it's 6 o'clock on the dot with the gang. Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam. Happy Thursday, friends.
Good morning, everybody.
Because tomorrow's
One more
Friday.
day.
That's just one more day.
Buzz.
Also, we have a fun guest coming in studio today, 6 o'clockers. After 8, you're going to hear Joe Coy. He's playing Toyota Center, but he's playing the Roula and Ryan show this morning.
That's awesome.
He'll
He's
be
a
live
good
in
dude.
studio.
That's why I like people like Joe that they got their start in radio because they do comedy all the time, so they had to get up early and pay their dues.
Come to
Work
radio
their way up
stations
to
and
the
get their
improv
audience.
and then build their. It's not easy
No.
when you're performing at midnight and then you got to get up at 4 a.m. to come to a radio show and make me laugh.
But that's
So he
awesome.
worked his butt off.
And the reason they do that, 6 o'clockers, is because think about this. They know that you guys are all in the cars going to work. And how are they going to tell you they're in town? They go to radio stations to talk to people like us so that you can hear the conversation and say, I want to go see him or
Yeah,
her.
think about all those
Buy
cars.
tickets.
When you're sitting in that horrible Houston traffic in the morning, all those cars, every one of them, turning on a radio, listening right now. So, yeah, he's going to reach a lot more.
And he doesn't need
We're going to
it.
reach a lot more people. He doesn't need
He's
it.
at the Toyota Center.
I know.
Right.
But it's cool that he doesn't, forget about us.
Oh, that's what I love about the guy. I totally forgot he was dating Chelsea Handler for a while.
No.
A few years back, I was looking at stuff. I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot. He did a whole... Because they were like friends on that Chelsea Handler show.
Right,
That's where I
Chelsea
first
Lately.
kind of saw him, 15 years ago.
Uh-huh.
And I never really thought they liked each other. Because it was kind of the banter where it was kind of like, ooh, they kind of...
Abrasive.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Can you... That abrasiveness worked to
Oh, it sure
romance.
did. Can you remember this? Okay, I got to play this call that came in on the listener line, and it's about Joe Coy.
Hey guys, so I'm listening to the podcast, and Eric said that Joe Coy is going to be in studio with you guys in the morning on the day of his show. You guys have to remind Joe Coy about the comment that Special K made regarding some other actor or somebody else being gay, but Joe Coy, not knowing that Special K is gay, just gave y'all a very weird, awkward answer. You guys have to remind him of that. I doubt he'll remember, but I'm sure he'll appreciate some background on it. Y'all doing a great job, guys. Love y'all.
We can't remember. Plus, I don't want
We
to.
don't
I
remember
don't want to bring
that.
that up in awkwardness.
No.
Hey, remember that time
You said there was some other comedian, Kevin, and you said, something about him,
you made a gay joke, but
I made a gay joke?
yeah,
but you neglected to tell Joe Coy that you were gay.
Oh, so I had carte blanche to say these kind of things.
like you could get away with
Yeah,
that.
I could get away with it because I am, but,
didn't
coming
jump
from a
on.
straight person,
It would sound homophobic.
Yeah.
Especially when you're on the phone, you don't know who they are. You're like, I'm not gonna.
Oh, it was on the phone?
yeah, remember?
Yeah,
it was
we
on
did
the
a
phone.
raw
Yeah, we were in
feed
the
with
next
him.
room.
It was like 6 months ago, wasn't it? Or
yeah, it was,
November?
it was a bit ago. It was a bit ago. He was on Raw Feed.
I can't remember what it was.
I can't remember. We do think about it. A TV show. If you're a really popular, huge, maybe you're a sitcom. What, 20 episodes a year? We do hundreds.
Well,
Hundreds a
usually
year.
I remember everything, and I do remember there was a bit of awkwardness in that Raw Feed, but I don't remember the exact actor the comic you asked about, or whomever it was. But I just remember it was. Thanks for bringing that up, Ryan. We don't remember anything.
Well, Eric likes awkwardness.
Yeah, well, that was awkward there. Yeah, I don't remember
That
what it
whole
was.
thing right there was awkward,
Yeah.
too. All
Here,
right.
I'll make it less awkward. I brought Sam.
Thanks for playing it, not telling us what it is.
Yeah,
Well,
there's some
I
background.
was just hoping that maybe you would.
Well,
Here,
we-
Sam.
Maybe you could have dug up the podcast and
It's
give
whole-
us some context
Yeah, you did
on
that
it.
work. You could have just went back and.
No. Well, okay.
That cost.
Sam's about to get
work.
2 gifts today.
Here you go, Sam. She knows how to do it the right way. Like I posted a picture of some
Thank
paintings
you,
I'm trying to get rid of
Ryan.
for an auction. She goes, I like that one. Can I have it? So
Let's see
I
it.
said, yeah.
$50.
How much did you charge you?
Well, Ryan said that he likes
Zero.
to donate these, and I was like, "Can you help? I'm poor charity over here, me."
I don't know. You already got artwork at your house. I saw your son made a bunch of stuff. And I saw
Yeah,
you-
that's what you're going to really be having now.
I saw you put up in frames and
Isn't
stuff.
that cute?
It is cute. A lot of my kids' artwork is on my walls.
Is it?
Oh
yeah.
God, yeah. Especially when they start going to preschool, there is some actual cute
Oh, my
stuff.
gosh.
If you see that one of your
It's
kids
so
has
funny. Thank you so
like
much,
a
Ryan.
touch of artist in them,
Yeah.
it's really solid.
Sweet.
You're gonna want to frame some of that stuff.
Who of your
Yeah.
kids would probably be one of the more
Artistes.
successful artistes should they pursue anything in that manner?
I
I
feel-
know you don't want to like make one kid feel better than the
Well,
other.
I mean,
but
look, I feel like Alexandra is my oldest, and she's the first one who the kindergartner teacher took me to the side in the middle of the year and told me, "You need to hone that craft. This little girl is really talented in her art." And so, and because really, if they would do all these little things, and hers was awesome, and then. My middle daughter absolutely has that talent. She just doesn't have as much passion for it as the older one does.
right.
And so I have like things equally. Really, MJ doesn't have as much interest in all the painting and stuff. But I definitely have stuff from all three. The majority of it comes from Alexandra. She did a sunset that was awesome.
It'd be funny if kids are like good at spreadsheets and Excel.
Oh man, that'd be great.
Whatever you're passionate about.
I'm not
I mean,
passionate about painting, but I can do some one hell of Excel sheets.
And I have. Speaking of gifts, I have something else to bring to the table today because yesterday I told you how I made my own homemade pumpkin spice.
Yes, did you
I brought
bring
it, Sam.
Oh, yeah.
So if you were not hearing yesterday, it looks like a quart of butternut squash soup.
I thought you brought
basically.
chili like in the office.
No.
Oh yeah, when
Kevin
Kevin
drops
brought in
it.
the big bucket of chili or
Oh,
the big
no.
container.
I wanted to make my own pumpkin spice. Sam's been talking about how pumpkin spice lattes are so expensive. And I looked up, there's like no less than 50 recipes on the internet to make your own pumpkin spice. This one that I just randomly picked, you're supposed to make it like 3 or 2 tablespoons at a time, but I don't have time for that. I was in the middle of doing stuff. I was like, let me just use the whole can of pumpkin. I'll make the recipe for
Right.
the whole can versus just 2 tablespoons of a can of pumpkin.
a lot of
We can
work.
do the rest of it.
Yeah.
So I made it all. It's just maple syrup, pumpkin pie spice, vanilla, oat milk, and the pumpkin
Ooh,
pie
smell it,
filling.
Sam. Taste
and
it.
then you're supposed to
I'm
cook it,
so
not boil it. You
excited.
cook it till
Did she
it's hot.
taste it like that or no?
I think you can taste it like this,
Try
but you're
it.
supposed to pour it into your coffee, like whip
Yeah.
it into your coffee.
Someone didn't get my coffee this morning.
no, I didn't go down and get
Because
coffee
I know
this
that you
morning.
are you're
Terrible.
boiling a whole new. I
Headache
mean, you're
over here.
brewing a whole new
Try
batch.
it Thursday with Sam.
Here, I'm gonna put it
What?
right in there for you.
Oh, God.
Here you go.
See if you like it. It's not as sweet as
And she
Starbucks.
spilled it on the painting.
No,
No.
You just made it worth
I
more.
thought that was meant to be there.
How did
It's
they do
not
that?
as sweet as it's supposed to be at Starbucks. Obviously, that's why they tell you to make the homemade one because you want to try this?
Whoa, that's really good.
Do you like it?
Uh-huh.
Oh, good. So mix it into your coffee, and
It's
that's pumpkin
really
pie. That's
pumpkin-y.
pumpkin spice. You want
It's
to try
really,
Kev?
really good.
It's too early in the morning. It still tastes my
It's
toothpaste.
cold because I had to put it in the
Yeah.
fridge.
Yeah.
So when you whip it into your coffee,
Then it'll be nice.
so and it probably keep for like what?
Oh
y'all
damn!
think?
It tastes like an outright pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
It's really good.
This
I don't know
is
if I put it in my
so-
coffee, but
That's
I'd eat
made
it
for
outright.
that. Oh, you would?
I put my mouth up on there.
You're gonna heat it up, put a little pie shell, and
Joe
make your
Coy
own
had-
little pie.
Make it awkward.
Thank you so much.
And I'm gonna guess how long y'all think this is gonna keep? Maybe like a week or more? I don't know. It's maybe oat
It's
milk.
the oat milk that would
Yeah.
not keep, but oat milk lasts for a while.
Spilled some.
right?
Yeah, I'm
you
gonna
should
wipe
be
it.
okay. Hopefully.
I feel like that was a successful try.
Yeah, I'm
on the-
excited
on
I
the
think
for it.
interweb.
so. I think
Yeah.
you did really
During
well.
commercial,
Thank
we can
you.
maybe talk about it real
Is that what they
quick.
do
I'm a
at
celebrity
Starbucks?
too.
They just like take a little like a little thing and they just
Well,
squirt
they
it
have
into
a
your
syrup.
coffee. Or
It's a syrup.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
they have
It's
it
like a clear
pre-made.
syrup, pumpkin. Well, they have there's a clear
they
syrup.
make the
like
regular
vanilla's and stuff.
coffee and then they just squirt
The
that in there and
pumpkin
mix
pie
it.
one is like a thicker kind of not gelatinous, but what is it? More like a syrupy, but more like a
Yeah.
It would be
consistency of fructose
interesting
syrup.
to look in like Starbucks, like behind the scenes, like how they get all this stuff.
Or you can just
How
ask
it's
an
packaged.
employee.
I'm
Just
gonna
get a
keep
job
this
for a
in
day
there.
and you'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah, exactly.
Jules
I
used
don't
to
think
work
I
at
wanna know that bad.
Starbucks, and I always ask her like what certain things. I'll ask her if.
Well, we used
I'm
to have
sure
an
it
intern
comes
named
from
Ruben
that.
who worked at Starbucks,
Yeah.
legit, but that's before Starbucks kicked off this entire food campaign. They had just been doing Danishes and things like that, and he would bring us the next day's baked goods.
Leftovers.
Yeah, the leftovers.
Oh,
But they didn't have the
nice.
breakfast sandwiches and the lunch sandwiches and all that yet when he was interning with us. It is quite the operation. I'll leave this in the work fridge, and y'all can just have this for whenever
I know you got-
the mood strikes.
I know you have Scoop coming up.
Yep.
But I saw a movie last night and that's when I watched it and I realized I'm old. And I watched this movie called.
Is it one of
was
the
on
ones that
Netflix.
turns 50 this year?
Nope, it was it's called Incoming, and it's like a raunchy high school. These kids are going into high school,
Yeah.
and they go to a party, and the guy that was in our studio, Bobby Cannavale.
Oh, Bobby Cannavale.
Cannavale.
He's like a teacher, and he shows up at the party, and just these kids, just the stuff they're going on. I'm like, yeah, this is not as much fun as it was. Like American Pie, I love that type of stuff, but as I get older, I'm like, these guys are supposed to be like my daughter's age, maybe a year younger. This is not fun. See
No.
these kids snort ketamine or just do
Yeah.
stuff. I'm like, I don't really.
Disturbing.
yeah.
You were disturbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just I'm like, I don't like this.
Yeah.
It's not
like
fun anymore.
number one, I believe. We saw it this weekend, too.
Of course you did. You see everything on Netflix.
That's my thing.
Well, you watched it?
Okay.
Why would you watch it?
I watched it.
I felt really old.
I watched it this weekend, and I was like, I wasn't really jiving with it either.
Because it's not, I mean, obviously not made for us.
No.
But that might go into the category of movies that as you grow in years, as you get older and you get more mature, you live more phases of life, movies that you thought were awesome when you were a teenager or early 20s are not hitting right anymore. Like Ferris Bueller's like that. It's like, that kid's a punk.
That's what I'm saying. What happened?
That kid's a punk. He took out his Cameron's dad's what? He bullied Cameron into getting out of bed to take his sports car?
The mom was the mom from Always Sunny in Philadelphia, the sister, the blonde that you always watch. I forget her name. She's married to the Wrexham guy. In
the
real
mom
life.
in...
Okay,
in
so Sweet D from Sunny in Philadelphia.
She's played the
wild.
responsible. Now she plays the responsible one in this movie.
She has no like wildness to her or like craziness because she plays a good wild and crazy.
Yep, but no, not in this one. But
Well,
I'd
coming
give
up
this
next-
one negative stars.
It wasn't
Don't
that
waste
good.
your time.
But if you're a kid, if you're 16, 17, you'd probably give it 5 stars.
But are you supposed to think that that's what all normal parties are like if you're 15 or 16?
Well, they were going to a high school senior party.
Ketamine?
It's
Well,
part of-
in all fairness, though, he thought he was doing cocaine.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
And
That
then
makes
he
it
realized
better.
he's like, I've never done blow before. And they're like, honey, that's not blow, that's special K.
That's what killed Chandler Bing.
No,
It's ketamine.
This is
Gonna do the opposite.
But the kid
bring you
was trying to
down.
be the love interest thing was actually more realistic because he's in love with this sophomore, his sister's best friend. But just the parties, I'm like, oh, I guess I did go to parties like that, so I guess it is.
thumbs down for incoming.
If you're older, if you're over 25,
It's the Halloween season, and it makes people want to watch scary movies. But one of the most classic scary movies, because it's going to make you feel old, turns 50 this year. And you're like 14-year-old. You're like, I'm going to watch this with my friends. You're like, that's a 50-year-old movie. Do you realize this? That's how fast time is moving. Here's your weather for today.
Okay, so the National Weather Service has issued a flood watch for all our coastal counties through 7 a.m. this morning. A lot of rain today. It looks like a high in the mid-80s. Right now, 77 degrees and 612 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
Movies, music, TV, and all things Hollywood
Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
on KRBE.
It is brought to you by Taquerias Arandas and my friends. Taylor Toss-Up continues today between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. You'll have 5 chances to play Taylor Toss-Up, where we have 3 Taylor songs mashed up very tightly, and you have 15 seconds to describe all 3 of them with the correct song title in order to become a finalist for the Miami show when she comes back to the States.
Who got it yesterday?
I don't know who got it yesterday, Sam.
Guys, we are on the 8th one, and we just started on Tuesday.
Whoa.
So
Wow.
there is
Is it just
a
us that keeps
lot
losing?
of winners.
Yeah.
Yes, I honestly think it's just
We've never had a
the
winner
Roula and
yet.
Ryan
No,
show.
no.
That,
So number 8 is the one that we are on now, or
Correct.
number 8 got guessed?
Yes. No, I had a winner yesterday.
Okay.
And then
heard
we
Noelle got one.
had Noelle that had a winner, and then I believe Audrey Rose had 2 winners.
Wow.
we
And
had a
so
loser.
you had the loser. Well, I mean, I was part of that. But you guys had a loser because I had a winner.
I think if you're, if you're
Wow.
a Taylor Swift
Let me have that
fan,
small victory,
not me, guys.
Okay, let me have that small
It's
victory.
pretty easy if you know you're Taylor Swift. I think we've had a little
But
bit
it's
of.
listen, that one
absolutely.
we had yesterday morning though, Sam, like the person that got it with you
Yes.
probably heard it first with us. So you had like 4 chances to hear that. That middle one really got people. I feel like if you were not familiar with Taylor's songs, is the one that we had that didn't get guessed with us was The Man, Cardigan, and I Knew You Were Trouble. Cardigan is the one that was going to give people trouble if they didn't really know the discography of Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
See, that's funny. I'm not a huge Swiftie, but I knew Cardigan, the first one, The Man. I could not tell you.
Oh, The Man is so good.
I'm
That
bad at
song.
names of songs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
me
it's
too.
so quick. But it's
can't
really
remember.
impressive because my winner, she's like, you don't even really need to replay it. I was like, dang.
I know these Swifties know it.
Confident.
Yes, it was
So if
awesome.
you are a KRBE VIP insider, you signed up at krbe.com. We email you the 5 times a day we're going to play the game, so you already know when it's coming. So get on that. Go to krbe.com and get in on that. The Taylor Toss-Up between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. Wow, on the 8th one. I think I start making some more. Okay. So what is 50 years old that's probably going to be coming around again this Halloween holiday season? It's Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Oh, the original movie.
I've never seen it. I've only seen parts of it from a movie called Summer School. Because
Oh, really?
The kids in the
We
Oh,
actually,
because he's obsessed with it, right?
Yeah, that's the only thing I ever saw.
I've only
actually
seen
watched
parts
it.
of it, and it was too disturbing because I was probably too young to be
It was a
watching
true
any
story,
of it.
wasn't it, or something?
It's based on parts. It's based on Ed Gein, the serial killer. I watched this entire movie because I worked in a video store when I was a teenager. So I took it home, watched it, and it's like, wow, what a piece of crap. It's really bad. It's done. It's very, very
Well,
low.
obviously
It'd be
it's not.
something, it'd be
For 50
something.
years, everyone's watching
Well,
it every
I know,
Halloween
but-
season.
There's a lot of crappy movies out there that never
they've-
make it.
They've remade it better, is what I'm saying.
I don't think
Watch
so. It
one of the
hasn't
more
hit. Remember, we had
modern ones.
Jessica Biel on for this.
Oh,
Hers
yeah.
doesn't hit the way the original one does.
It's just
still
very
the guy
low
who
budget.
plays Leatherface got hired out every Halloween season at different haunted houses and different like events all over the country because it's Leatherface from the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre. That guy was making money all these years.
And nobody would know.
from being in that movie. Do you know what it's about, Sam? Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Refresh.
Okay, it's
my
about
memory,
it's
please.
basically this terrifying, creepy family that lives in the middle of nowhere, Texas. Like you've driven in the middle of nowhere, Texas. You're thinking, oh God, this is Texas
That's why I
Chainsaw
didn't want to
Massacre
move
country.
here.
You're like, I'm not
And
going there.
they're like cannibals. They're like disgusting. I mean, it's the whole movie's
Right?
gross.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
It came out 50 years ago on October the 11th.
It
That's
looks like it was
crazy.
filmed on somebody's home movie.
Is this the one where they would wear like the skin? Or
Yeah,
is
that's
that
why he's called Leatherface
Yeah.
because they'd like skin their victims and he'd
Oh,
wear the skin.
gosh, no.
It's so
No.
nasty. And the weird thing is, for Silence of the Lambs, that's like Buffalo Bill's whole thing. He's a serial killer named Buffalo Bill that Jodie Foster's character Clarice from the FBI needs to talk to Hannibal Lecter about. Like, how am I going to find this guy? He's a serial killer, and he would try and make skin suits
Out of
But
women.
He never wore it like Leatherface did.
Well, he was working on it.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was working on it,
He
but he
was
was-
making an
A jacket or
all-skin
something?
suit. Yeah, that's why his victims, he always went for larger women so he could get more skin.
That's where I
Ew,
learned: do
God.
not help anybody trying to get a couch in a van.
Okay, dumb question.
Yes, what?
These are all fictional, right?
Yeah.
These are
Right.
not based on
It's
true
not.
stories
No.
in Texas.
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre? No. Well,
Okay.
I mean, I don't.
There was a
Like Ryan
family.
said, it was based
That-
loosely on something.
It's based loosely on a serial killer, Ed Gein. I
Who did
believe.
the same thing?
Very loose.
Very loosely.
Okay,
Got
so
it.
barely.
Okay.
So really
It's
nothing.
not a true
So
story.
really nothing.
Okay.
Okay, let me ask you this,
Thank
Sam,
you.
since we're having a conversation and you are a Bachelorette Nation woman in the world in the room. Did you watch the finale? Yet on Hulu.
I did not because you and I chatted about it yesterday.
Okay.
So I was like, I'm not going to waste my time because I predicted it. I predicted that something was going to happen the first episode before they even aired the whole entire
Are we
thing.
from
safe to
Houston?
say what happened?
My wife is so mad last night.
I
'cause
feel
she
like we
watched it
should
last
wait
night.
till Friday, Roula.
Okay, because
But the guy's from Houston,
yesterday
right?
the Dancing with the Stars came out, the
Yes.
list, and
yes,
she's in it.
Yes.
But then somebody else from the show is in it, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, she got." I can't tell you if you haven't seen the finale.
Unless
what
we,
the
I don't
talk
know,
about
people,
this other person
or people
is.
can tune out. It's fine.
Maybe that guy's
Turns
listening
out for
right
5
now.
seconds.
What's his name? The guy from here.
Well, there's two. There's Devin.
The main one.
Devin Strader.
Yes, he's from Houston, Texas. And then Grant, who's going to be the next Bachelor, is from or lives in Houston.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Maybe somebody listening right now knows him.
Oh, Devin's
I wanna
quite
bring
the
this-
villain.
I want to bring him up,
right
bring
now.
my wife up so she can slap him. Oh.
I was going to say, yeah.
But this guy didn't even want to be part of this.
Well, the
Like, he was
stars
just saying stuff to say
for
stuff.
Dancing with the Stars
He
has
wanted
to
to
do
be a winner.
two Bachelor Nation characters. One, of course, is Jen Tran, who's the Bachelorette, and
Mm-hmm.
one is Joey Am I saying it right? Graziotti. He was
You would say it better than me. He was
Okay.
the last Bachelor.
season 28. Yeah, he didn't pick her, and then that's how she became the Bachelorette.
Yes.
Okay, Anna Delvey, which I can't believe that.
The real
poll.
Anna Delvey.
You poll
She
with
looks-
her
she
ankle
looks-
monitor
Really good in that photo they sent out yesterday.
from Inventing Anna.
This is
if
not
you
the
make a lot of
actress.
money.
This
Yeah.
is not the actress who plays.
But how does she
her.
make money? Doesn't she owe money to people for
yeah,
Yeah.
she's a scammer.
retributions or something? Or
Also, former Houston Rocket Dwight Howard, Eric's favorite player.
I hate Dwight Howard.
Tell everyone why.
I don't
He's
even
on
know why
Dancing
anymore.
with the Stars?
Yeah, he's on Dancing with the Stars.
That's what he
Also,
He's just a
Danny
tool.
Amendola, who has Houston ties, Woodland ties. I mean,
Who was that?
Danny Amendola from the New England Patriots.
Oh.
He won
Played here for what, half a season
for half a season after he had won the Super Bowl with Tom Brady here.
or a season? I can't remember.
But I don't know how many seasons he played with the Patriots, but yeah, he's got Houston ties. Let's see who else that we would. Oh, Tori Spelling, of course. Eric Roberts is Julia Roberts' brother, Emma Roberts' dad. I just know him from The Dark Knight. Batman: The Dark Knight.
He had a very successful movie career in the 80s, and he's one of those actors that just kind of fell off the face of the planet. And then his sister's career took off.
And his
I still
daughters.
can't see how they're connected. I don't see any resemblance.
You
at all
don't see
between
any.
these two.
Julia Roberts and Eric Roberts.
Not
you
at
can
all.
see when they're younger.
Their
they
faces
look
are kinda long.
very
Really?
similar.
Their faces kind of
What?
long.
I would have never
I don't
guessed
know.
that
If
they
you look
were
at-
together.
Yeah,
Google a picture of Eric Roberts, 1980s.
1980s.
And then put it side by side with Julia Roberts, and they are like really similar.
that would suck if your siblings that much more famous. Like you thought you were I'm the star actor in the family.
Well,
All of a
he
sudden
started.
Your sister just comes and
Skyrockets.
blows you away.
He did
takes over.
movies with like Mickey Rourke. He did The Pope of Greenwich Village, kind of an artsy movie.
Yeah, I got nothing.
Don't know
The
that.
first time I ever saw Julia Roberts was in Steel Magnolias, but she had actually had her first hit was called Mystic Pizza, and I watched that one time when it was just
My
randomly
sister
on.
made me watch that like 5 times a week.
But you know what I noticed
it's
about
a
that?
classic.
If you watch Mystic Pizza and you weren't expecting it because you don't really know the actors in there, Matt Damon, that was his first paid role.
Oh, he was?
Matt Damon plays
He's a
the
jerk.
bratty rich little brother. He's not barely credited. I mean, he's credited, but not really. They're at the dinner table and he's like the little brother. They're eating lobster.
I just know that
So funny.
That's a lobster, man.
Yeah.
from 2.5 Men, their housekeeper on 2.5 Men, she's in that.
She runs Mystic Pizza.
Yep.
It's about a place that it's called Mystic Pizza. And then it's like
Is there a real
three
Mystic
sisters.
Pizza?
Well, I'm
I
sure
feel like
somebody.
probably.
I'm sure somebody
there
had to make a
has to be
pizza
place
somebody.
there.
And I'm going
Mystic,
down the rabbit
Connecticut?
hole. Julia Roberts and her brother, I feel like they do not look anything
Nothing.
alike.
Same.
It is a stretch. I feel like you could,
How about-
he
how about
has
the Emma
blue
Roberts?
eyes and like brown hair, which is fine. And then she has brown hair and brown eyes. It's like my older brother and I. I don't feel like we look anything alike.
And my sister and I don't look. I'm like, oh, milkman must have stopped by or something. We look nothing alike.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I would have never guessed. Maybe you could say they were a cousin.
Wait, you and your sister look very much alike.
My oldest, my
Yeah,
middle,
you and Tammy.
my middle one. No, she's got like her hair's like what?
Well,
like,
careful of the middle child.
Yeah. those
Okay.
Middle
All right.
kids.
Well,
never
you
know.
guys look like your mom, and Kelly looks like your dad. She has his eyes.
All right, now, Roula, take a look at this. This is Eric Roberts in the 80s.
That guy
does
is
not look like Julia Roberts.
unrecognizable.
That's what I'm saying.
He's got
That
the
is
same
a
cheek
Pulling up
and
pictures from the 80s, there's no way that guy is related to Julia Roberts.
That guy's got a perm too. You can put a perm on Julia
I
Roberts.
did not see that at all.
That's okay.
But I don't
Yeah.
even know where they would like replay some of these old movies. I mean, like, where does Mystic Pizza find? Can you find that on Netflix? Like, where would you find
I'm
that?
sure you could.
And would you even
Sure.
care for it? No.
No.
It kind of reminds me
You
though.
probably could because there's really nothing like it's not like sci-fi or anything. It's just
Yeah, it's
it
just
is
two
what it is,
sisters
slice of life.
and their friend who are waitresses in this little pizza shop. And actually, you know what I would like to see the intersection of? I feel like Mystic Pizza is a pizza place in the same town where The Perfect Storm was filmed. And like Mark Wahlberg and his girlfriend would walk in there to have a pizza that Julia Roberts is
Yeah, all those-
serving.
Yes.
All those people that are
Yes.
going out fishing on the East Coast up in those harbors.
Yeah, Diane Lane and Mark Wahlberg will come in and have a fight over a pizza.
And Ben Affleck's brother, Casey Affleck, didn't he do one up there too?
Oh, he did Manchester by the Sea.
Yeah, he's over there eating
That
the
was
pizza.
Yeah.
They're all-
The intersection of movies. You're like, oh, it's a hybrid of all these movies. So it's
Mystic
fun.
Pizza was in Connecticut.
Oh, is that
That's
where
why I
it was?
said
Yeah.
Mr. Connecticut.
I didn't hear you say Connecticut. I'm sorry.
We used to visit there when I was a kid because we had family up in Connecticut, and Mystic was a very scenic and
Are
cute
people,
town.
are the people snobby in Connecticut? Are they nice? What-
You know, I don't remember because I was very young when I was going up there, so I didn't really
I
have
don't
a
think
lot
they
of
were
interaction.
snobby.
They're not. It's not New York. They're just rich.
Like,
It's
Yeah.
very expensive
I
to
just
live
feel
there.
like they're like River Oaks type feel.
No, I don't. I
Not
don't
the
think
parts
so.
of Connecticut I went to when I was on
No.
the East Coast. It was like in the sticks.
Oh, really?
My friend had to crap in the woods because she couldn't find a bathroom.
Oh my God.
I was like, this is not the hoity-toity part of Connecticut, that's for sure.
It's just New Englanders. They
Englanders.
do kind of sound like.
All right, coming up next, it's time for us to turn the phones on to you to call us about something you went to the doctor for, where you intentionally went for one issue and then you found out something completely different is wrong with you. So what did you go to the doctor for? You went to the doctor for one thing and you found out blank. So we want you to fill in the blank at 833-390-KRBE. Very typically, a lot of times it's you went to the doctor because you had some kind of a stomach ache. Oh my God, look at that. I gave birth to a baby.
You're 8 months pregnant.
Oh my God. What? I was pregnant. I didn't know it. But a lot of people have found other things, and it's been very interesting. So we want to get your calls next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
104.1 KRVE. I love it.
Back to Roula and Ryan.
This is always very interesting when we open up the phone lines and get answers to this question. You went to the doctor for one thing, but you end up finding out what? 833-390-KRBE. I'm going to get to this text real quick before it gets pushed down and we can't find it because it refreshes so fast. This person had gone in for bunion surgery and found out that their heart They were in heart failure with less than 20% of the heart working.
Goodness.
Pre-screening for bunion surgery found that this man's heart was in failure.
Your bunions
working
saved
less
your
than
life.
20%.
Well,
Yes,
you get
bunion
those
saved
clogged
his life.
arteries. They can tell that there's something not right here.
It's a
Wonder if
word.
that,
And they're
like,
taking your blood pressure.
goes together though.
What?
Like I wonder
bunion?
if
If you
it's
have
like
bunions, do you have heart problems?
Do you have heart problems?
Oh, that's a good
Oh, I thought you
connection.
meant I went in for like heart surgery and
no,
they
no,
found
sorry.
bunions.
I'm sorry. Thank you for restating it, Eric.
That word is gross. Bunions.
I know. It's so.
If a doctor's listening, can you text? I'm really curious.
Is there a correlation between having a bunion and needing heart surgery?
And bunions is the big
Or like
what?
having heart-
37530.
Big thing on the side of your foot. Or
It's
the
like a
bottom?
callus type skin.
No, it's not
on this
callus.
side.
It's a
No,
bone.
your bone.
It's a bunion's a bone?
Yes,
Yes.
it's a bone on the side, on the inside of your foot, like the side
It
of your
like
foot.
grows. And
So
next
it's
to
a, so
your
it's
goes
a
that
bone
way.
spur is what you're saying.
What? I thought it was
Yeah,
just
hold on.
Like your
Like
knuckle
skin
of
and
your
that.
big toe
I learned that today.
is lower down. It's not where you think it is. Like it's not this part of your toe. It's this. I'm showing this to Kevin
Yeah,
as if it's
yeah.
television, but it's.
I know what
Just
I know
Google
where you
image it.
mean.
Look at
That's
it.
what
They're called.
So as you get older, the bone starts sticking out.
Not even older.
Oh,
I mean,
it's-
I've seen it on
it's,
some kids like in teenage years.
a bony bump that develops on the inside of the foot at the big toe joint.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the big toe joint.
So that's what they should do. So
And then
blooming
your
onions
toe,
should be
like-
blooming bunions. 'cause
Ew,
it kind
Eric,
of sticks out like
stop.
It is a cringe word. Can we get to the calls? Let's go to the
Yes.
phones. 833-390-KRB. Stop talking. We've got Brooke on the line to answer the question. You went to the doctor for one thing, but you end up finding out what, Brooke? Hi, good morning.
So, good morning. So, I actually was with a friend, and she had surgery a long, long time ago, and it was in another state. And she was like, I'm having abdominal pain. She texted me, can I go to the ER? I was like, yeah, if it's not bad, go to the ER. She goes to the ER. She ends up having a surgical sponge that had encapsulated in her abdomen, and she had to have emergency surgery.
Oh, my
my
God. They forgot a
God.
sponge inside of her?
Oops.
They forgot a sponge inside, and so she had to have emergency surgery. And she was thinking, oh, I probably have gas or something, like something not that bad, or a stomach virus. Let's get some fluids. But no.
Good
Having
grief.
emergency
And if she
surgery.
had not been active, advocating for herself, I gotta.
Did they pay for it? Did that other hospital that made the mistake? Did
Yes.
they-
Well, I mean, she's had a lawsuit for a while, but I mean, that takes months.
it does.
So listen to this.
Yeah.
Man,
Wow, I'm
that's
sorry.
crazy.
Once a week, Medical News Today says once a week on average, surgeons leave something inside a patient 39 times
You ever think
a
like
week.
they're doing the surgery with
39
their
times a week.
AirPod in and all of a sudden it just drops?
Ew.
They don't
That
realize
would be
it.
Rula. That would be absolutely Rula.
I'm still waiting for an AirPod to fall out of my ear while I'm doing the dishes and go down the garbage disposal.
gosh.
Wow,
the app,
Brooke.
find my AirPod.
Yeah.
Something got
Is it the
bellows
garbage
and
walking
disposal?
away.
Thank you for sharing your story, Brooke. That's really unbelievable. That's why we asked the question. You went to the doctor for one
Every
thing.
time we do
you
this,
had
we
what?
always-
Unbelievable.
Crazy stuff.
Okay, Victoria went in for back pain. What happened there, Victoria? Good morning. Hello? Oh, hold on. I have to turn her on. Hi, Victoria.
Yeah, push your
Sorry.
buttons.
Hi, Victoria. I didn't answer the phone. I'm just looking at it. Is it Monday? Okay. Victoria, you had back pain, and what happened? Where in your back was it hurting? Did you think it was I strained it carrying something, or what kind of back pain were you talking about?
Yeah, so I had hurt my back, and it was my lower back, and I was like, I should probably go in for this. And when the doctor went to check my reflexes on your knees with a little hammer thing, my legs didn't move. And he was like, okay, let's go ahead and run some more tests.
Oh.
And actually found out that I had neuropathy, which is total loss of my feeling of my legs. And I had no idea.
So you could walk and you felt it. You didn't.
But you couldn't feel your
You
feet?
can walk, you just can't feel your legs.
Yeah, I could walk. I could function normally. Everything was fine. And
So how was
I
that connected
had
to your
no
back
idea.
pain? Was it connected to your back pain, neuropathy?
Like pinch?
oh no. No.
No.
Do you still have it?
It was just because I lifted something too heavy.
Do you still have this ailment?
Yeah, it's a lifelong thing apparently, and it
Yeah.
just shows up randomly.
So somebody could hit you in the leg and you wouldn't even feel it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, they actually
Lord.
tested by poking little needles in your legs. And,
Do you also have it in your feet too, or is it just in
Yes.
the between your?
yeah, it's from my knees down.
Wow, that's really
And
something.
I had no idea.
That's dangerous if you're walking on hot stuff.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh,
Feet,
yes.
You
I
could
know.
burn your feet.
I
Wow.
would have no idea.
Did they tell you how long you've had it before you realized you had it?
They probably said a couple years, and I'm like, I wonder how bad I've messed up my feet in the past.
Wow,
All the
that's-
times you've stubbed your toe and didn't even
So
know.
a foot massage would never help.
Yeah.
And you can't
yeah,
get
no
tickled.
kidding. So I have to look up neuropathy and see how you even get that. Like, how does that happen to you?
How is it?
It can
Yeah.
just be sudden. It can just come.
There's a movie. What was that
About-
movie? Kick Ass.
Yeah,
Remember
where
his whole
his
body?
pain receptors didn't work anymore.
You couldn't feel anything.
He couldn't feel a thing, and that's why
Well, that's
he could
dangerous.
take a punch, he could get hit.
Yeah, but that's how you can also burn your skin off because you're not feeling the burn.
Yep.
Thanks for calling, Victoria. Lydia is up next. We're asking the question. You went to the doctor for one thing, and then you found out you had what? 833-390-KRBE. Lydia, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello.
Morning. Good morning.
So tell us your story. What'd you find out? What'd you go in for, and then what'd you find out?
I went in just for a regular referral to another doctor because my referral had ran out. And I was like, while I'm here, just go ahead and make my visit worth it and do some blood work. And then I get a call the next day saying, oh, by the way, you need to go to the hospital because we think there's something wrong. And turns out I had leukemia.
Whoa.
Oh, my.
Wait a
Holy
second.
cow.
You just went in for like a regular, hey, I need to get this referral so my insurance will, fill in the blank and check the box. And then go, guess what? You have leukemia.
Yeah, pretty much.
You had no pain. You had no ailment. You were just there to check a box.
How long ago was this?
Pretty much.
Years ago? Weeks?
Last year.
Last year, and
How's it going now?
Yeah, what's your prognosis?
It's good. It turns out I had chronic myeloid leukemia, which fortunately is treatable by a pill that I have to take every day.
Thank
Awesome.
God for technology.
That's really unbelievable. You're like, hey, man, I was just here to make sure my insurance covers the next time I'm
Yes,
sick.
so you don't have to go.
Think about it.
Yes.
If you had that 25 years ago, you wouldn't have a pill.
Wow, no kidding.
Right. And the emergency room doctor, when he first looked at me, he was like, well, there's nothing wrong. You're fine. And then I was like, okay, well, they told me to come in. And he's like, well, let me take a closer look. And he's like, yeah, I'm sorry to tell you. And I'm like, you just told me I was fine.
Wow.
Oh, and whoa.
We got to remember, doctors are human.
Yes.
True.
I think sometimes we put them on pedestals. We feel like they know everything. And sometimes, I saw a video once where a doctor was like looking and you saw him on WebMD or something.
What?
Google. Remember
Oh,
that
he was
video that
looking
was out
something up?
last
Yeah.
year?
Was
The
that a setup?
doctor, I don't know. Because the person
I
was
don't think
looking
it's a
through.
setup. Who wants to?
Well, sometimes you don't know. If you're a doctor, you don't know everything.
Yeah, but you got to
look
maybe
stuff
you're
up and
looking to see if there's
refresh.
other cases of this. Like
Chat-
what you think it might be.
Eric would be on Chat GPT if he was a doctor.
Oh, yeah. I mean, hey, what does this do?
Sam, somebody
good
said
idea.
there's no correlation between heart failure and bunion, but I don't know if that person's a doctor or not. So you have to Google it for yourself.
I will.
Go ahead and Google
Yeah, it was
WebMD that
probably
yourself.
just they were looking at the blood pressure and like, hey, this isn't right.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for your calls, guys.
Here we go.
Time for the Roula and Ryan Show on KRBE to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
Okay, once again, the National Weather Service has issued a flood watch for all our coastal counties through 7 a.m. this Friday, actually, till tomorrow. We're going to be getting a lot of rain today. Funeral arrangements have been announced for fallen Harris County Precinct number 4 Constable, Mayor Husseini. So the funeral is going to be held at 16,700 Old Luetta Road, and it's going to start today at 1:45 p.m. The funeral is open to the public. He was unfortunately shot to death on Tuesday. He was sitting at a stoplight at Richmond and Fondren in his personal vehicle on his way to work when a gunman got out of the car, walked up, and began shooting into
And
the
we
SUV.
still don't know a motive for this, right? The guy that ended up in Galveston Bay.
He's in a Galveston jail right
We don't
now.
have his
They probably
motive.
won't tell us for a few days.
No, they're
Like,
gonna-
why did this guy jump out of his car
Just shoot somebody.
and gun down this officer at an intersection on his way to work? It's just
And he was in his own car, you said.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
it's
in
his
his personal
personal
It
vehicle.
wasn't like this guy went and just because it was a cop.
So perhaps he knew the individual. I don't know. It does no good to speculate. You know, and the end result's the same. So thoughts and prayers go out to the family. I want to remind everybody, Houston Metro Urology has the Zero Prostate Run and Walk. It's going to be this weekend. I will be your MC. 1 in 8 men will get a prostate cancer diagnosis in their lifetime. And the walk is going to be this Saturday morning, McGregor Park. Please come on out. Registration is at 7:30 a.m. Opening ceremonies kick off around 8:30, and you can register online at hmutx.com. And you don't have to be registered online. You can just show up and come on out. Love to see you there. That's what's going down in H-Town.
All right, what's coming up in the 7 o'clock hour of the Roula and Ryan Show? We're going to enter the window of the Taylor toss-up to get you a chance to go to the Eras Tour in Miami. And Roula and Ryan's Rose says, if you feel like your mate has been unfaithful to you, we are going to call up your mate while you listen in on the line, offer red roses, and see where they go. Next on the Roula and Ryan Show.